Hey guys, you join me here at Snow86 and we're back on Ladyhill. So today, as you can see, we are into the start of October and we are into soybeans. So we've already one field knocked out and we are on field two. So these are smaller fields, so they're not taking as long. So we're actually able to kind of get through these ones pretty handy. But the most important part, guys, the yield is through the roof. So we are getting, well, this field is actually yielding better than the last one. The last one was 14.7, I think it was. And this one we're touching on 16 tons to the hectare. That is savage going. So we are in for a bumper yield, and we got a bumper yield of canola as far as my understanding goes. So the old yield fluctuation mod has really paid dividends this first year. It will come to bite us at some stage, I will imagine. But so far, so good, guys. So we just, yeah, we're running low on death. We just can't really take it on face value that we're going to get these bumper yields every year. Obviously, the fact we do crop rotation, the fact we look after our soil health pretty well, all does help the scenario. But as far as these bumper yields, I think this might be just a fluke on the first one. We'll just have to see. But with the yield tracker mod now as well, we can kind of keep an eye on that and see when we've had a good year, when we've had a bad year. Um, we might remember what we did on the good year and try and replicate it, but I think a lot of it could be down to weather as well. And we've had a lot of rain this year, so that might play a factor as well. Not 100% sure, but we will find out. So as I say, can't really, I suppose, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but basically we're fantastic yield, so long may it last. Let's be honest about that. If we can keep this cracking yield thing up, I would be delighted. Like, we've literally done three quarters of a pass around the headland, and we're at 53% already. So it is fantastic. We'll probably get maybe 12, 16,000 litres out of this field in total. On top of, we already have I think a full trailer, to be honest. So once we fill up here, we'll have to run back to the yard and unload. Now, I was looking at the soil calendar, and we potentially could get barley in this year, guys. So I know I said I was finished seeding, but like everything, plants have changed, and I'm now considering seeding barley. So we might get these two fields quickly changed over. So once we get the harvest done, we can get in there straight away, cultivate it up, and then go for direct seed, because unfortunately we do not have a direct seeder, so we'll have to do something first to work the ground. But once we don't need to plow it, which I don't think we did because we've only plowed this one recently, and this, I think, is his first crop after that plowing session. So all going well, we shouldn't need to plow it again for a while. So that said, we are going to attempt our best to get barley in here. I think barley will just yield us a bit more profit than possibly the oats. I think oats is probably a little bit of a it's a tougher crop to maybe sell, not as much demand maybe, where barley will have a better demand for it. So we're going to flick back to barley as well. All these little things, just trying to decide what's best for the farm for the coming year. So we're going to attempt barley. It'll be done in these two fields, and the two canola fields from the start of harvest this year will then next year become soybean fields. So we'll have another, hopefully, a bumper yield or harvest, bumper harvest when it comes to soybeans next year. If we can replicate this 16 tons to the hectare, I will be over the moon, because that is some serious coin. What you have to remember is each, what is it, I think it's 1200 roughly a litre, or 1,000 litres. So if we are yielding, we are all over the place here at the moment, but if we are yielding this, we'll have 33,000 litres here in a blink of an eye, and we'll still have 4,000 in the bin. So yep, so that is pretty good. Can't deny them maths. So we'll get ourselves set up here again and get going. Yeah, so the 33,000 litres at, so basically 33 by 1.2. So we're coming out with around 40,000 euros there just from soybeans, and that's just from the one trailer. I'm hopeful we'll fill another or maybe a half trailer. That will really see that margin, profit margin really jump. So soybeans for us is definitely our cash crop, guys. So long may that last. So we're literally going to keep going until we fill here. We're going to run down, do the other section there now as well while we're at it, but this will close out this small corner of the field, and that is us closed out. So we'll go this way and we'll head down the field. We'll probably get one pass in here before we run out, but yeah, it's yielding savage results. I mean, that dark green, I don't think I've ever seen it since using precision farming. So I'm actually ecstatic about that, guys. And yeah, we'll have to organise DEF for this combine shortly. But another thing we have done in the meantime, and I probably should have started with this, we're looking at trading this combine in. Now you're going to say, that's madness, what a absolute kind of, it's a new combine, it's pretty clean, it's pretty tidy, she's reliable. We've only got 11 hours on the clock, but I think I can pick up a second-hand combine for, with a header, I'm hoping for around 60 to 70,000. If I sell this, I can make potentially 150, 160,000. So that will give me the money to buy the barn, the new cattle barn. It'll also give me the money to potentially see us cover off the loan for the year, or at least see us take a good step towards seeing that 60,000 euros that we need for the year. And it will also mean that the profits from this year's harvest, which, seeing how well soybeans is going, I think we've about 30,000 in canola, we've I think about maybe 10 in oats, and if we can get another 30 or 40 out of soybeans, which I think we probably will do at this stage, that could potentially see us raise the capital to buy a field. So it would mean that we were paying back the loan, the debt on the farm is being serviced, and all is looking pretty rosy. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. We'll stick this out now and shut her down. So that's kind of where we are at the moment, where we potentially could end up with a new field for the year, depending on money and fields around us and stuff. We'll have to see where we are, but definitely if we can raise the money from trading in the combine and going for an older combine, more used combine, still trying and keep the 6-meter header if we can. We're looking at a Deutz top liner, to be honest. So it'll be the same kind of size combine, but we'd actually make a bit of money. Now that's only a short term making money, I understand that. Why are we missing bits, or is that weed? I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah, so it'd be a downgrade, but we'd come out with more money, so in the long run we'd probably benefit. Well, it'd definitely give, oh, header trailer, look at that. I was wondering what that was coming at me. We'll definitely benefit short term by being able to get the cattle, which then will give us a long term benefit. So I think it's just the right thing to do, the right way to go. So that's what we're looking at, guys. So we'll get this back to the farm, get it unloaded, we'll get back out here, keep harvesting. We're more or less done, and as you can see, there is more rain on the way. Always seems to be rain on the way. So I think it's due for 12 today. So we'll get this soybean field finished, and all going well, we'll get back out here with the cultivator. We'll start working up the ground, preparing. We have up until the end of October to seed for barley. So we've 2 whole days plus this day, so that's more or less 2.5 days of time. So I think we should be able to do it. And I just think barley, it will probably yield a bit better, and from yielding a bit better, water. No way. It's always when I'm in cab I get stuck on things. So let's take a wide angle. That should see us in the driveway. Yeah, I'm hoping barley will yield better, and from yielding better, that should really see us turn a bit more money. Obviously, it'll add a bit of pressure to us at the current time because we got to do a bit of seeding and all that good stuff. But it's a decision we're going to take this season, and yeah, we'll see how it pans out. So, casually just left a telehandler by the hay bales, so not a good thing. But we're taking this route around because it just means we don't have to reverse into the yard. So having that second pit has really been it's opened up the farm a little bit more. It's given us a route around a couple of sheds, so it's interesting. And yeah, now we will jump out for this little bit because I cannot see, and this is a dirty little unloading point. Yeah, it's pretty well done. And as I've mentioned before, we did get rid of the red rock trailer. Reasons for that was more or less the noise. It irritated me, so we traded for this one. I think they worked out roughly the same money. I can't quite remember now, and this might have cost us a few extra pound with it, but it doesn't have that loud banging and crashing, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of. I like the extra noises from the trailer, but the level of noise from the trailer, especially external, was just I couldn't do it. So we're going to get back to the field, guys. We'll get this unloaded. We'll finish up soybeans, and I will be back here in a little bit because, as I say, we're going to well, I'm not sure about the rest of the day. It could be a washout, but definitely we will be out here breaking ground on these two fields down here, and the idea will be to get in there, get our barley planted, and we should be in fairly good standing then. The only thing we are going to get caught for this year is we'll have to buy a little bit of solid fertilizer, and we'll have to spread our fields. That is the only thing that's going to catch us at the moment, and as I say, at some stage in the near future we might attempt to go down the liquid spraying route. But yeah, it's all to be decided just yet. Oh, header trailer, look at that. I knew it was there because we went through there first time. Ah man, what are we like? So we'll get back up here, we'll keep cracking, and we'll keep going and see how far we can get. And as I say, any changes come, we'll keep you abreast, but for now I think it'll be just literally finishing this harvest off. We'll then be converting these fields back to a seedbed, and from there, all going well, we'll get barley planted. So I'll see you here in a second, guys, and we'll also go over the yield tracker because I think it'll be interesting to see what we yielded for the year as well. And definitely next year then we'll be able to compare fields, and it'll be interesting to see. And we are back, guys. So we are out, harvest is complete. We got, I think it was 50-odd thousand litres from the soybeans, which comes in at around, or was this, I think maybe it's selling for 53,000 litres. We can check it there in a minute. If I flick down through the, and we get to this fella, we have 58,000 euros worth of, excuse me, soybeans. So, not gonna lie, guys, that is a fantastic amount. Pretty happy with that. We actually got 50,000 litres. I think it was 23 out of one field and 24 out of another field. So that was the amounts we harvested. So yeah, that is pretty good. That alone nearly covers the loan for the year. So I think with selling the combine and maybe one or two other little things we might do, the cow shed should happen this winter. Now it's probably 12 months earlier than what it maybe needs to, but I think if we're ahead of the game and we try and stay ahead of ourselves, we'll obviously take the hit now financially, but come this time next year we should be in a fairly good position when cows are calving, milk is rolling in, and we can sit back and start watching the money grow. So I reckon we have another 12 months of kind of, I won't say hardship, I think it should be a doable year, but we'll just have to be mindful of where we're spending our money. So like with that, we're just going to be spending it on the cow shed, and we'll see how we're going. We might, if we can make the right kind of investment, buy a field as well. We might look at a nice size field in the local area. One that either grass or arable. Now there's a couple of, well, I'm going to say cheap, but they're 30 odd thousand euros. Little grass fields kind of around us, so we could pick one of them up and maybe work on that. That's a potential option as well. But for now, we're kind of in this position, so we can only do what we can do, and that is at the moment out here. And just work this ground up, get it ready. Now, thankfully for us, soybeans are a crop that kind of give back to the ground. So in that regard, I don't think we need a whole pile of fertilizer on these fields this year. And the pH level is pretty good as well. So my plan really is to try and get this year these two fields where we don't have to put a whole pile of money into them. So we can just kind of crack on, get it done. And hopefully it'll all work out that way. That's the plan going at the moment. Or what are they? Canola fields. One of them is okay, one of them needs attention. So we're going to have to kind of factor that in as we go through the winter as well. As it stands now, we're probably okay. I think that's going to work if we drop in there. Is it? Is it not? It's probably close enough. So we're just going to try and get these two fields. Even if we only get them cultivated today, I think I'm pretty happy with that. As I say, I think the rain is due at 12, so I would imagine even before 12 it'll probably start raining. It tends to be the way it goes in this game. So we're just going to try and get as far ahead as we can. And actually we are pretty close to being done. I just realised we're coming on to headland passes here after this, so that's a good thing. So with that said, we should be in a pretty good place, pesky door. We should be in a pretty good place then, guys, after all as this is said and done. Oh, wrong button there. So we're just going to loop around, find our GPS line, drop back in, and away we go. So we work the headlands in here now, and that should see us finish one field at least. Pesky door opening again. Just going to try and maximize those corners because yeah, it can get tricky and we can end up missing parts. You've all seen me do it, so let's not pretend like it doesn't happen. And hard turn here with a nice overlap, so that should then again allow us to avoid any unforeseen issues, hopefully. We can GPS this one, and we're away. So we're going to crack on. We've this field and the field 3 to do, so we're going to bait on, get them done, guys, and all going well, we'll be sucking diesel here pretty shortly, and yeah, might need another little pass on that side, but we'll see. Not sure why the old GPS is missing us on that one. Not sure if the width of this thing maybe set slightly incorrectly. Not 100% on it, but look, it's working. We won't take too much here. Oh my god, what a line to set me off on. Bloody GPS. So all going well, guys. I'm trying to think, will we get back here show seeding, or will seeding happen another day? I'm just not 100% sure at the moment. Ideally, I would like to try and get back in and do a bit of seeding. Now, this is an area of the farm as well that I would like to alter it a little bit, and by a little bit I mean, oh wow, we're looking all over the show there. Sorry, my bad. So there's a bit of a kind of a mini forest down here, but we could eliminate some of that and extend field 5. So that is something we might do down the line as well, but for now we're not under any major pressure to get it done. So we are all over. So I actually think there's going to be one more pass to be done around the outside of this field, just to get the little niggly bits that apparently it's not willing to get. And break the GPS here now just for one split sec, and we'll into reverse, and away we go again. So yeah, not 100% sure will we get it done. We'll just have to see how the rain plays out and all that kind of stuff, but we're coming into that slower time of the year anyway, so it might be no harm to throw the seeding into next week or into the next video, and we might even leave it here. This would make this one a little bit shorter, but again, look, there's no guarantees. We're going to crack on and get that done. We will be back here in a little bit anyway to show the yields tracker and also what we have in stock. So if just for transparency and all that good stuff, at least we have it then in store. So that's it. I'm just going to do one more quick pass around here just to get these pesky little bits that I think I'm missing. And with that said, guys, I will see you all here in a little bit, and we'll run through a little bit of the finances. We'll show you the loan and kind of where we stand and what we've left to work off on it and pay and all that good stuff. Yeah, so I'll see you here in a little bit, and we'll break that down, guys. And we are back on the farm. So we've managed to get our subsiding, cultivating even done. So we're here in front of the cow barn. We'll just quickly pop over and we'll see the reproduction time is finally kicked on. I think it's starting. Oh, maybe it's a bit early, is it? We'll just check the cows here quickly. He is 10 months, so yeah, we've another 2 months to go, and they are 16. So yeah, we've 2 months to go before we have any semblance of a calf on the farm. And that's even in the form of just a pregnant cow. So they're doing okay. Slurry is slowly going back up. We obviously emptied it a little bit, and we have a little bit of manure there as well to go. So the manure is 12,000 litres. So we'll hold tough. The silo over can take 24,000 litres at a time, so we'll probably get close to that mark before we load up there. So this is the area. I think I've shown it now a few times, but this will be the rough area that we're going to start clearing shortly as well. And that is rain. So just in time, we're back at the yard and it's starting to rain, so we won't be doing too much more today. But yeah, we'll try and maximize the space of the yard that we have. So with that said, we'll just duck in here and let it rain away outside, and we'll jump in here to our apps. And if we run down to here, the time-saving stock check, which is a handy little mod, you can see in terms of canola, max value we have is 32,677. That's a nice chunk of canola, to be fair. We managed to get 44,000 litres. Ignore the chaff, that is our grass that we've collected in the last cuts. So we've 405,000 litres of that. If you pile down here to the silage one, you'll see we have 131,000 litres of silage. So we're going to burn through that pretty quick. What's that, about 10 days? So it'll probably see us through to the new year. So in around Christmas time, we'll probably have to cover that. So in actual fact, we could probably cover it now, because I don't think we're going to do any more grass cutting on that. And by the time we do go grass cutting, this should be empty. So yeah, we don't have to worry too much about that. Soybeans, you can see we got 47,000 litres. It is worth a maximum value 58,000 euros, which is absolutely fantastic. And here's my reasoning for oats. So oats max sell price is 643. We got 17,000 litres out of that one field we had, which brings us to 11,000 euros. Now if I flick up to, no, flick down even to here, and we go to oats, you'll see the price is that we just discussed. If we go to barley, the price is less. Maybe I'm wrong on my barley thing. Maybe it should be wheat, but I think we've missed the window for wheat. No, we haven't. Oh my God. So instead of barley, we might go wheat. I think they yield fairly similar. So the wheat might get us a little bit more. Oats, yeah, it seems to not yield as well. Maybe it's just me, but we'll try the wheat. I was going to go barley, but we're going to do wheat now after seeing that. So it's a handy little thing. We've done this. Where were we? We had jumped in here. So wheat will probably be the one we'll go for next year. The oats max sell price is December anyway, so not much of a muchness, but we'll try it and we'll see how we get on. Yeah, so that's that, guys. In terms of other stuff that we can sell, we don't have a whole pile. The slurry we're holding on to, the manure we will throw out to the thing. We've 8,000 litres of lime in storage. Hay we won't be selling. It's not really worth selling anyway at that price. As I say, the chaff we won't worry about. We do have 2,000 litres of bottled milk, but I think that is given to us at the start and we haven't actually done anything with it. So yeah, and actually max sell time seems to be now. So yeah, we'll have to see that. Just seeing things there. Anyway, yeah, so we'll have to see that. Oh, you can hide stuff that you can't sell. Oh, that's handy. So diesel disappears. Seeds, no, don't disappear. Slurry, strangely, slurry disappears. So yeah, anyway, we have a nice bit of straw, so we're not under pressure for straw. I think that'll see us through the year. Again, not worth the whole pile, 10,000 euros at the max. So yeah, that's kind of where we are at the minute on the farm. Yield tracker. So if you go to field 3, you see we did our soybean harvest and we got a nice chunk of soybeans out of that. And same here. What field 5 I think is grass. All grass. Field 12. Oh, actually, if we do the grass and we do hay, it does show that we got 31,000 litres out of there. Field 8 yields very well, which I always seem to do. Field 7 yields very well. Field 6 not so much, and that's a smaller field. Field 5 is a tiny field, but we might expand that. Field 11, we got a hay crop out of it. Again, not a whole pile. And then we're out of our grass fields there. So it's interesting. We can track the hay, but we can't track the silage. So next year we'll see what we get out of these fields in terms of hay. Obviously, the only difference is we mightn't be doing the same hay in the fields we did this year, but for the most part, we'll try and find a happy medium there. I think field 16 was canola this year, so there it is, canola. And I don't think, yeah, the first year's harvest won't be tracked on that. So 16 and 17 were canola, and again, like the soybeans yield so well. I'm really impressed with it. And field 33 then was our oats. So there is that yield. So next year we'll see what we get out of them fields. Last thing to look at quickly is that pesky loan, and this is where we stand. We've nearly paid off embarrassing amount of money. What is that? That is 22,000. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, 22,000. So not even 21 and a half is what we've paid off. So it's an embarrassing small amount of money, and that is more or less 12 months of repayments done. So we still have 406 payments to go. So yeah, we need to start making money and clear that as quick as we can, guys. So with that said, we're going to let the rain fall away here on the farm. We won't do too much more, I think, in this one. It's going to be pretty sad. But we will be back to seed or wheat. Trying to think of what I wanted to say there. So we will be back to do that, and we'll probably end up picking up some solid fertilizer some stage for our canola field. And with that said, I'd say we are good to go. So with that, guys, I'll say as always, thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. And if you are watching along and you haven't subscribed and you want to follow along on this, guys, please do hit that subscribe button. It means a lot. And until next time, guys, we'll see you all again. Take care.